So the trade-in value was just one cog in this decision-making process. And to your surprise, there was an even bigger catalyst that then got even better, as it wasn't even advertised. After months and months of deliberation and debating with myself and my wife, should we buy the refreshed Tesla Model 3 or buy a new 2024 Tesla Model Y? Well, folks, I finally come to the conclusion and answer for you, and funnily enough, I actually took my own advice here that there is no perfect time to buy a Tesla, as we finally made the decision and placed an order just this week. Delivery is actually scheduled for pretty much the time that you will actually see this video, as it is a end of quarter, which is the end of this week, and so it won't be long before you will actually see it in my next few YouTube videos to start my second EV ownership journey. I've also got some accessories heading my way from one of the best Tesla accessory providers on the planet, so I'm really looking forward to installing these items and just getting to grips with the car itself and showing its unique quirks. Now you're probably wondering what car we have purchased and why. Well, if you've been watching me for a while, it was always going to be between the Model 3 and the Model Y. So in this video, I'm actually going to tell you the exact spec that I bought. It's not white either this time, but more importantly, why I purchased this car. As I think once you hear the reasons why, you will understand why I actually took the plunge this very week. Either way, maybe you're going through the exact same internal struggle of picking either the 3 or the Y2. So hearing the decision that I made may actually help you in your decision making process too. So if you like the sound of that, please can you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Right, time to reveal the Tesla that I ordered. So my preference was always the Model 3. It has just been newly refreshed, and so the whole interior had seen an upgrade over the Model Y, as well as a fresh new look on the exterior too. A special shout out to that ultra red, as it's something else too. So I had my heart set on the Model 3, and my wife pretty much preferred the Model Y, much for the fact that it has a bigger footprint and its ability to offer greater practicality with the hatchback boot and the rear passenger space, for which we thought would be go to use if the kids had, say, a friend in the middle seat. So there won't be any sort of crampedness in the back, should we say. So we were at odds with each other, and my wife also wanted a different colour other than white too, which I fully understood, as white is the most popular Teslas on the road, simply because it was the only free option here. So as a well-informed individual on Tesla vehicles, you would have thought I could have convinced my wife on what Tesla to buy, right? Wrong. But here's the thing. She was right, and I won't tell her that, and she won't know unless she actually watches this video. But she was right, because there was more to the decision to buy a made in Germany Tesla Model Y than just practicality and passenger space. So what were these other contributing factors? Because there was a number of factors that aligned so perfectly, I just couldn't say no. The first being Tesla actually boosted the trading values not once, but twice. Now, this was actually buried at the bottom of a generic Tesla marketing email, and I even posted this on X to help boost its reach, but it kind of fell on deaf ears. Now, that boost for me actually was from 17,500 to 9,000. This was before and after its announcement, which was a healthy jump, but it didn't stop there, as it then actually moved down to £18,900, and that was around like a week after. It then did the unthinkable, and then it moved up again, or should I say jumped, to 19,500. At that point, from 17,500 to 19,500, I moved from negative equity to a positive, healthy territory in my Model 3, with no guarantees that the residual position would actually improve as we headed into the latter part of the year, apart from the guarantee of just additional monthly payments, lowering my settlement position. Now, if you are interested in understanding how Tesla's trading process works, this quote provided is valid for like 7 days. If you place an order in this time frame, you can then assign this trading quote and proceed with a more in-depth valuation or confirmation on that trading value. So to be completely honest, Tesla were more than reasonable, as it was always in my mind that once I had emailed photos across, they might not be happy with, say, the wheel rash, and it might come down a few £100 less as a result. And whilst that would disappoint me to actually see that quote go down, it's fair to say that it would have been acceptable if they actually offered me less. But after submitting the photos, that was not the case, and they were actually happy to proceed with the original quoted amount, even with a bit of wheel rash. This process wasn't completely unfamiliar with me, as I had a similar experience when I traded in my Seat Leon for my Model 3. Tesla are really good at honouring the estimated quote back then too. So the trade-in value was just one cog in this decision-making process, and to your surprise, there was an even bigger catalyst that then got even better, as it wasn't even advertised. That catalyst was finance offers by Tesla. Now, in the Q2 of 2024, they actually introduced a record low 1.8% APR for the Model Y on PCP. And whilst the Model Y is £5,000 more expensive than a new Model 3, the difference in finance rates of 5.9% for the Model 3 versus 1.8% of the Model Y, it made the financials extremely attractive to me. This difference worked out at around £40 cheaper just using the PCP calculator on Tesla's website. And that was if I just picked the cheapest base Model 3 with no options. Or it would have been £60 including paint options, and that would have meant paying quite a bit more monthly than what I do today for my Model 3. This is just a start though, as there was an even cheaper rate than the 1.8% advertised on the website, for which I will discuss in just a second. Even on the lease side of things, the Model 3 was coming out considerably more expensive than the Model Y. And whilst it was newly upgraded, justifying that increase to my monthly payment didn't make financial sense to me, or from my circumstances, and I wasn't willing to increase the level of deposit to balance that out. So estimated it all up on 1.8% APR, I was then more than happy with that low rate. But it all took a twist when I actually requested a callback from Tesla on an inventory vehicle. And I was informed that Black Horse were actually offering 0.5% APR on PCP if you requested it. So of course, I requested this new ultra low interest rate. This difference effectively made my colour option free of charge. Now, we actually had our eyes set on a black Model Y, and I'll talk about all the unique German made specs in just a moment. After our callback, the black one in the inventory had gone, and the only option left was going to be a white one if you actually wanted to get that before the end of the quarter, which would lock in the rates and the trading value. Just on the 1.8% APR, it was cheaper than my Model 3 today in white. But that white then disappeared too, so we then elected just to order through the configurator page and pick black, accepting that we'd pay marginally more than I do for my Model 3 for this new black Model Y. However, with the 0.5%, that then made our Model Y colour option free of charge. That, and we should also get 15,000 free supercharger miles, for which, in my circumstances, wasn't a sort of deal maker, but it's actually a lovely gift that will only get marginally used, as I do very little supercharger mileage, but whatever rapid charging that I do, I know will be free. Therefore, financially with this deal, Tesla made it an absolute steal in comparison to my Model 3. So in terms of the car that has been allocated to me, this is a brand new right-hand drive Model Y rear-wheel drive from Giga Berlin. Therefore, it will actually be one of the first right-hand drive Model Ys delivered to the UK, as they started deliveries of these just like a week ago. And previously, all of these Model Ys used to come from Giga Shanghai, which is known for delivering the very best produced Teslas to date in terms of build quality. So it's going to be insightful to see and evaluate if this made in Germany Model Y can actually match its Shanghai variant. In terms of differences between a made in Germany and a Shanghai Tesla Model Y, there will be differences too. For example, I understand that the side bolsters of the seat are more resilient and they actually then offer sort of a more comfortable seating position. That's only one of the ones that I know to date, however, I look forward to experiencing it and comparing it. The other driver for a rear-wheel drive Model Y from Germany was something that I brought up months ago when the rumour of Model Ys heading for the UK from Germany were first circulated, and that was the possibility of it being the supercharging beast and having that BYD blade battery. Now, if I'm honest, I was actively trying to pursue this rear-wheel drive Model Y from the inventory, and that said, after multiple callbacks to Tesla advisors, my attempt to actually track one down using the VIN, it was unsuccessful, and I had to eventually come to the conclusion that perhaps this rear-wheel drive Model Y variant has not entered the UK as of yet. Maybe it's something that could happen in the future, but for now, there doesn't seem to be many. That's simply just based on my VIN knowledge and research, but I couldn't track down a match for it, and so I am anticipating a Cattle LFP powered Model Y rear-wheel drive, which I'm still equally happy with, but that supercharging beast for the same price would have been nice too. So I couldn't get everything that I wanted, but hey, I still haven't picked it up yet, so there's a very slim chance that I was wrong, but if you tune in next week, you'll find out all about it. Anyway, Another notable mention about the Berlin Model Ys now, they actually do come with the hardware for cameras and the hardware for FSD computer as standard. So I'm told anyway by Tesla, which means performance of the FSD computer will be 4 times better than hardware 3's computer, and the resolution is apparently 4 to 5 times better than the cameras that I've got at the moment. So lots to look forward to in this made in Berlin Model Y, and I look forward to sharing this experience with you. So to conclude, I should probably wrap this video up and actually save some surprises for the next video. So to conclude, the Model Y rear-wheel drive, in a nutshell, offers way more practicality for my family's requirements, but another factor was the financial incentives by Tesla were just simply off the charts good. 15,000 supercharger miles, free, 0.5% APR interest, and a trade-in uplift on my car. I would have happily held on to my Tesla Model 3 until the end of the year just to build in a bigger equity position, but I simply felt that Tesla wouldn't offer all 3 incentives again, and credit to Tesla, they did actually force my hand. With Elon Musk confirming that there's not actually going to be a refresh Model Y, at least for this year, and I could guarantee a great car today with a finance deal that I was going to be more than happy with. Therefore, there is just so much more that I actually could have discussed in this video, and you probably have a lot of questions around why I didn't pick up the Model 3 for the upgrades, etc. So I'll probably pick that up during another video. But financially for me, this was going to be a no-brainer. So there we have it. You know, I'm properly excited for collection now, and you bet I'm going to share my first impressions with you as soon as I get it, and I'll also show you my planned accessory vision as well. Anyway, lots to pick up and discuss next week. Let me know in the comment section below if you agree or disagree with my decision. If you have any other questions on my decision, you know, just let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video with any friends or family that may find it beneficial. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Ciao.